Hello, welcome back to How Did I Get Here? Welcome to the podcast where we live our best lives on the internet and we come out on the other side knowing more but not feeling all that much smarter. I'm your host, AleXa, today. You're very welcome for that. Yes, it is so cold in Korea. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. What have you been up to?
This is a great question. A lot. I feel like that's just the most blanket statement answer I can give.
Oh, I thought you were about to roast my question.
I
You're like,
know
I
what
feel like that's the
Diane?
most generic question. It's the worst question I've ever heard anyone say to me. Get off the mic.
You know what, Diane? No, I mean, yeah, it's just been a lot. I think, December's about to start, unless it started by now, the time this is going out. But my birthday's December 9th, and so I'm trying to plot what I want to do if we can, because, the situation at hand is kind of...
You are a
But
Sagittarius. We have talked about this. You're a Sagittarius, so you love sense of freedom.
Yes.
You want the feeling that if you wanted to, you could just run off and leave if you wanted to.
Yep.
You love making a joke in like sometimes awkward situations.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm just describing my friend Levi, who's also a Sagittarius.
Because I met Levi. He's a nice dude.
Oh, and you're both from Oklahoma.
Yes.
There
Oklahoma
you go.
Sagittarius. There you go.
Something about that season. Late November,
Oklahoma.
early December.
Yes. Oh, man.
Do you have any plans for your birthday? As in just I know sometimes people do fan events or they'll do something around the birthday time. Has anyone bought you a little bus stop? A little bus stop ad?
A little bus stop ad.
You know how I see ads on a bus stop?
Or in the subway, they see hot dog or anything.
Yeah, explain that for people who might not know. Although I have a very strong feeling they all are very aware of this phenomenon.
But as far as I know, I look at the comments and sometimes people only know Jay from Twitch. They don't know he's an idol. Yeah.
That is
interesting, right?
That is interesting.
So for those of you friends tuning in who may not know who Jay and I actually are and what we do, aside from him doing Twitch and me just being here talking, we are idols in Korea. He's part of the band Day 6. I'm a solo artist here. And a thing with K-pop idols is their fans, sometimes they will buy ads for them. I'm sure if you live in America, it's Times Square. When you see ads,
yeah, they've been doing it at Times Square now.
Yeah, exactly. But in Korea, we have a lot of subway stations. There's a lot of billboards. There's a lot of buses. So for idols' birthdays or comebacks or debuts, fans will save up and buy an ad to place there for a certain amount of weeks or a certain amount of days during that idol's birthday time. To answer your question, no, that has not happened for me yet because
I don't know. You never know. You just haven't seen the bus stop that I bought. I couldn't afford much, AleXa, but it's out there.
Oh, Miss Diane.
No, you know what? I feel like every time I think about that takes so much coordination and organizing.
For real though.
And just teamwork. I commend them. I commend men for all those efforts. I feel like people actually really do get their mind blown whenever that happens to them and stuff. They're like, well, that's crazy.
It's super cool though, honestly.
Yeah. Did your school have anything like that? Or in your hometown where it was there's a location where you would wish people happy birthday?
No.
Was
No,
my
not
town
really.
weird?
I mean, I think, unless my memory's just horrible, I think that during middle school, during the morning announcements, if it was someone's birthday in the school, they would list off people's birthdays. Or if it was during that week. I remember we'd have calendars in class up until a certain grade, and then you write your birthday on a sticky note and you put it on the day or whatever. But it wasn't ever as big of a deal as it is being an idol in Korea. It's a little different.
My hometown, so there's two islands. It's Bay Farm Island and then Main Island, where I'm from. And in order to drive over the bridge, this small bridge to connect the two islands, it's a very common road that people have to pass through when they in the morning they go to school or they drive to work.
Right.
So there's this long red light that they always have to wait right before they enter the bridge. And there's this metal fence that everyone has to face, these 3 different roads that all connect.
Right.
And they all face as one thing. So that's where people post huge posters for people's birthdays. So usually it's your friends or your family will the night before, late at night, go and tape happy birthday, blah, blah, blah. And then so you'll see it on your way to school or something like that.
That's
that was
cute.
A very specific thing I guess that my hometown did.
But that's cool though. Tulsa, Oklahoma didn't have anything like that. So I mean, that's cute. That's cute.
You're Tulsa, or you're a suburb outside of Tulsa?
No, I am Tulsa.
City girl.
City girl. City girl. I mean, yeah, The thing, Tulsa, it's a city. It is. It's a city. There's metropolitan kind of stuff, but it's very small. That's the thing. Like, imagine Dallas, Texas, but on a very small scale.
And I can't, so I won't.
Hey,
I don't know what Dallas looks like.
There you go. There you go.
There you go. But for those who are fortunate enough to be able to visualize Dallas,
Tulsa is this big.
Wow. Is it because there's like Levi, our mutual friend from Oklahoma, told me that buildings have to be a certain, like they can't be high.
Exactly. Certain
It's not
height.
allowed.
So coming here to Korea and seeing all these tall skyscrapers, I was like, is this allowed?
It sure is.
Is this allowed? Tall buildings here in Korea, not many tall buildings back in Oklahoma. At all.
At least there, then you can like see the skyline.
True. Oh, yeah, and you could see the stars at night too.
Yeah.
So much stars. Very nice, yes. Nostalgia.
Nostalgia. Come back to the present right now and tell me what we're talking about.
Okay, so today's topic, before we hop into, remember to always subscribe and, leave a review for our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and check us out on the YouTubes. Yes. So today's topic, today's topic of the day is, am I in love? Aww. Let's see. How do you really know if you're falling in love? La, 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 la. Cue the flower petals and sparkles. This is from Oprah Magazine. Let's see. Taewon Kang, co-founder and co-CEO of online dating platform Coffee Meets Bagel, interesting name, says falling in love is different for everyone, adding she believes in the triangular theory of love, which is Cornell University's Dr. Robert J. Sternberg's idea that there are three aspects of love: intimacy, the desire to feel closely connected; passion, physical and emotional stimulation; and then the third one is decision and commitment, the resolve to stick together. Triangular theory of love. I see you. You don't need all three components to know that you're falling in love, but they are strong indicators that you're on the way, she explains. But don't conclude that someone isn't falling in love with you because they aren't showing the exact same signals as you do. I'm reading this article now. I'm clicking the article and I'm reading the article.
Okay, reading.
okay, reading. Let's go reading. Let's see. So this is by Stephanie L. King. Amour. Is any pursuit more worthy? For it, any sacrifice too great? But how do you know if you're falling in love and when you can't exactly DM Cupid to confirm your suspicions? After all, falling in love doesn't always feel like a crescendo of a romantic ballad or look like a rom-com. Crazy stupid love. And you may not be the type of person who will be tempted to burst into a chorus of "So this is love" while hugging your glass slipper. While the sensations may vary by person and relationship, here are some telltale signs that you are indeed falling in love. Don't say we didn't warn you.
Ooh.
And so it begins.
I'm convinced.
You want to share your world with them. You want to be where the people are. You want to see them dancing. Yeah. So, as I stated before I opened this, it said, don't think somebody's not falling in love with you because they're not exhibiting the same telltale signs as you. That said, one of the researchers said that is Kang's greatest sign flowing from the intimacy department is you find yourself wanting to divulge as much as you can with your love interest, from a small win at your work to your relationship history, she says. I knew I was falling in love with my now husband, Jack, when I found myself calling him every night, wanting to share every little detail about my day and wanting to know about his. She reflects on the beginning of her relationship with her spouse, such as that. I don't know. I feel like whenever you want to I don't know. Well, because the thing is, I feel like when you make a really great new friend, you want to tell them everything about you and you want to know everything about them to form that kind of deep bond, right?
Yeah.
But then when it goes into the romantic field, the same could be said, but it's not so much because it's oh my God, we're so compatible as friends. Let's make sure we love everything the same.
I think sometimes the difference might be that when you want to be really great friends with someone, you don't know them. It's just you want to get to know them. And then when you're really into someone, romantically, it's kind of you want to show them more of yourself that you don't show to most other people. So it's a little bit, the sharing is a little bit reverse, probably.
I get that.
Where it's something great happens to you, who's the first person you want to tell?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, no, we're sad.
Let's see. This is from Psychology Today. How do you know if you're really falling in love? Let's open this article. Research shows how we distinguish flings from the real thing. How do you know if you're falling in love? There's no question that the early stages of a relationship can be confusing. You might puzzle over your own feelings and wonder what the person you're dating really thinks of you. Your own emotions may be difficult to fully decipher, and trying to categorize them as falling in love or as just a passing attraction can be tricky. Is what you're feeling the real thing, or are you just prone to feeling this way and need to be more careful moving forward? Drawing on recent research, here are some questions to help you sort it out. 1. Are you suddenly doing new things? As people fall in love, they often branch out beyond their normal range of activities and try those that their partners favor. You might find yourself trying new foods, watching new shows, or attempting new activities like running. People who fall in love tend to report a growth in the content and diversity of their own self-concepts. That comes from research from 1995. 2. Have you been especially stressed lately? That's an interesting bullet point for Are You in Love?
Okay.
As welcoming as falling in love might be, evidence links that the experience with higher levels of the stress hormone cortisol. So if you're anxious, tense, or just plain jittery, it might be a normal response to the strain of repeated social encounters with someone whose impression matters deeply to you. Aha. I see. That am I see. Okay.
Which is interesting because you hear most times when you're like, oh, how did you know? Like, you're in love.
Mhm.
They always say usually like, oh, I felt so comfortable.
Yeah.
Like right away. I wasn't nervous. But this is saying the other thing.
I think I don't know if it's like upon first meeting, because I've had several instances where, like, even just for friends, I met someone and I was immediately comfortable with them.
Yeah.
But then, like, if you get feelings for someone, it's the more you hang around that person, the more self-conscious you become, and the more nervous you're like, okay, if I do something, will it be weird to this person, or like, is this okay to dress like this in front of this person? Not that you need to dress for people, but you get what I mean. So no, I get that. As feelings grow, I guess so does the stress and the anxiety of, like, will this person or does this person like me back? I guess that grows. Interesting. Number 3, are you highly motivated to be with this person? Transitioning from a casual relationship to falling in love may have a chemical underpinning. Evidence shows that dopamine-rich areas of the brain are involved in the beginning stages of love. These areas are considered part of the human brain's reward system. Oh, nice. And serve as highly motivational. Once couples are in love, for a while, the intensity of these emotions tend to decline, and different areas of the brain, potentially more linked to attachment, become more active. Let's see. The 4th one's, does the person you're falling for return your feelings? 5, how intense are your emotions? 6, do you fall in love frequently? 7, are you tempted to say, I love you? 8, are you investing more in this person? That's a telltale sign, I feel like. So the final clue, little sprinkling of are you falling in love, says, are you investing more in this person? One hallmark of successful couples is investment. All the time, energy, emotions, etc., that people put into their relationships. People falling in love are likely increasing their investment in a person, linking their lives together in a way that might promote commitment and stability.
Instability?
Stability? What is that? Hello, everybody. It's your girl, Alexa, and I just wanted to let you guys know that this episode today is brought to you by BetterHelp. What is BetterHelp, you might ask? Well, BetterHelp is a great, affordable alternative to online counseling, which is pretty swanky, if I do say so myself. Especially nowadays, because we're basically stuck indoors 24/7, it's kind of difficult to get, like, offline help and counseling. So, quite convenient, because, we are spending so much time at home. It's just a much more convenient option for counseling available via the internet. No in-person visits required, so it's much, much safer, of course. I'd say, this service is available for clients worldwide, and it can be useful if you're either, too busy or too far from other options, especially if you want to connect with someone as fast as possible. They offer financial aid services too, and they'll match you with a professional within 24 hours. That is 24 hours. That is one day, no more, no less. Everything's super confidential, and they have licensed professionals who specialize in many areas such as depression, stress, anxiety, sleep issues, grief, etc. And I want you to start living a happier life today. As a listener, you will get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/how. Join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/how. Yeah.
Well, isn't there like a thing about there's like a fine line between infatuation? Is that the word? Infatuation and like, what is it? Love?
Like,
infatuation
there's
and
like
love.
infatuation versus interest, I think it's. I don't know. Those are the words I associate typically.
Yeah.
But yeah, like infatuation, you guys, that's a blanket statement. So, when you're infatuated with somebody, like, they become like your everything. You're just so fascinated by like everything about them. You want to know everything they're doing, what their likes and dislikes are. Like, you want to know what their daily schedule is. And then, like, it's just because you're like, you put them on this pedestal, right? This pedestal, and you see them as like higher. Like, do you get what I'm saying by this?
Yeah.
And then when it comes to interest, it's like, I feel like you no longer put this person on like God status. You want to know what makes them human. You want to like know what their flaws are, what their fears are. Like, truly get to know them on the deepest level possible, more than just surface level, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I guess that is. It's like you might start out with infatuation, but where does it go from there?
Exactly. It might just stay infatuation, or if you're really interested, it's going to go into interest. One of two ways. Yeah. Two roads diverge in a troubled wood, and I took the one less traveled by. Robert Frost.
Is that about a high school crush? Is that about a high school crush?
I do not know.
Was he on his way to his third date and he was so nervous? He was like, I'm so stressed out right now. My cortisol levels are out.
My cortisol levels are out, sorry.
Robert Frost was like, my cortisol, oh my God. I got to write this down.
Oh, God. We just... What's the difference between love and infatuation? From Men's Health Magazine.
Not me being an article. Sorry.
There you go. Basically, love is a deep, committed attachment to someone, while infatuation is shallower. Yeah, of course. Think of it as the so-called honeymoon phase. Yeah. Love tends to be something that's cultivated over a long period of time, where you're really getting to know somebody and you're building an attachment. You're also creating emotional safety, important, and you're able to demonstrate vulnerability with that person. However, there are some things you can do to strengthen your relationship and move it from the honeymoon phase to a real bond. First, give your relationship time. Things won't happen overnight. Communication is always important in a relationship, and so is knowing when to compromise. But overall, a sense of commitment to the relationship is what will create the attachment needed to fall in love.
Have you ever had a thing where like a friend was like, oh my God, I'm like so in love with him or her, and then you're like, no, you're not.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
And did it end up like coming like oh, you were right in the end type thing, or like?
Well, I don't know. I've had both experiences. One of my friends, she was just so stuck on this dude. And I was thinking they were great friends. You know, I completely supported their friendship.
Both were, they were friends with each other?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were great friends. I fully supported their friendship. But then when it came to like, I think I like him. I can't Debbie Ryan with these things.
Yeah.
But I think I like him. I was like, girl, no, you don't. No, you don't.
Interesting. And why did you think that? Like, why did you feel like you're a little bit doubtful that like,
well,
it was coming from like.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Well, hold on. Let me rephrase this. So my friend did like very much. She was so invested in him. But then when it came to the fact, it's like, oh, was he invested in me? I was kind of like, you're my friend. I'm not going to lie to you. I do think you guys are lovely friends, great friends, but I don't think he reciprocates the same way you do.
Okay. So you're saying more so like, I don't think this is a two-way street.
Exactly. I didn't want her to wind up getting her feelings hurt by like, diving in headfirst because she's so committed. Like, people are in that stage and like, if I can have this person, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. Like, that kind of thing. So I wanted to give her a bit of a pillow to land on, be like, hey, I told you. Mm.
To teach their own, truly, everyone should be able to do whatever they want with like necessarily like side commentary or whatever.
Right.
But I will say, I was just more so surprised. I saw a TikTok story thing that was on like Instagram, and it was literally a girl saying like how she like started her family when she was 19, and she said that she met her now husband like on a blind date, and then they got engaged 4 weeks after. Like 3 to 4 weeks after, and then they were married within like 3 months of that. And it's been like, I guess for them, maybe like 4 or 5 years. Aww. And they are still married and all that stuff. So I hope like everything goes great. But imagine being like so sure that you're in love with someone in 3 to 4 weeks, that you're like engaged with like strong intention to marry.
I mean, that's the thing. I firmly believe that like, love at first sight. I firmly believe that could be a thing.
Really?
Oh, I definitely believe in it. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, whether love at first sight works out in your favor or not, that's always debatable and it changes. But I do believe you could fall in love with someone at first sight. I firmly believe in that. But like in this
I do be
looking.
I'm like,
hello?
Not me getting a better prescription just to really make sure I make strong eye contact with everybody that passes by me. I'm like,
get some binoculars out. Hello?
All right.
But like, again, it's like you said, I feel like nobody else has a say in what you think and what you feel. I truly believe that is completely your business and your business alone. Unless there's some form of like negative,
like any toxic behaviors or it's like
mental, verbally, physically abusive. That is everyone's business.
Yes.
That is everyone's business. But if it's just an innocent crush, I don't think you need to listen to your friend's advice. But the thing is, my friend, very inexperienced. She had not had a relationship before. And so it's just kind of like, a few of us got together. We gave her advice because it's like, we've seen this kind of behavior before in people we knew. So it's like, we wanted to make sure, you're okay. And that, your friendship doesn't falter. Because I know you treasure him as a friend too. That's the thing.
Yeah. I've known people who like just want like a boyfriend. Or a girlfriend. Exist. They just want like a relationship. Yep. So they kind of not force it. But they are very like aggressive and being like, okay, you want to be my boyfriend? Okay, cool. Like I'm gonna lock you down. Like yeah, right. Like we're in love, and then like as soon as like they're not in a relationship, they like do not know what to do with themselves, type thing,
and it turns really toxic sometimes.
Yeah. So I don't know, just like fall in love with like a hobby.
Fall in love with the bag.
I found pottery. If you've listened to the previous episodes, I killed it. I nailed it. It was first love at first. Strong hands.
Love it for strong hands.
It was great. It was the start of a great relationship.
Fall in love with some apple mods.
Yeah. Oh my God. If you know, you know.
If you know,
if you know, you know. If you know, you apple mods.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
what? Wrap it up, Alexa.
Okay, so are you falling in love, dear listener or watcher, audience member? Yes, are you falling in love? Love is a touchy subject. Your feelings, your thoughts, your emotions are your business and yours alone. But if you seek guidance from the internet, check out some of the articles you mentioned today. Again, don't take anything we say here like to heart. Take it with a grain of salt and some water. But like, yeah, are you falling in love? I feel like only you know that, but make sure.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. You know.
If there's ever like, then probably not.
Exactly. If there's a hint of doubt, then it's like, no, they are not the one for you. But
I know someone, while they were engaged, said publicly, like, yeah, like 2 weeks ago, I was having a breakdown, being like, I don't know if I want to get married. I'm so young. Do I even want to do this? But I calmed down and now I'm really into it. And I was like, no. That is not.
I'm really into it. Yeah,
I do not think that's how that works.
I'm really into being engaged, getting married now,
3 steps back off that aisle, please. But, be careful out there with your heart and your body. There you go.
And you know what? Rejection is not always bad.
Yes. Don't you like sometimes wish you're like, oh, when you make dinner plans like a week before and then like the day of you hope you get rejected.
Yeah, or it's like you hope they forget.
Oh, are we still meeting up tonight? And then that when you get that text, that first 3 words says like, oh shoot, I'm sorry. And you're like, the no more words.
You're like, oh, sorry, it's okay. You know, I had an
It's
emergency come up.
okay.
No worries, no worries.
I'm understanding you.
I'm understanding you.
Not me singing to a singer right now. That's humiliating.
You've heard me this whole time. I have not been singing well, so.
I said, find the note. I'm flat.
Find the note. Let me just violin real quick. Ting.
All right.
And now we are in the segment where we read your questions. Why am I whispering? This is from E. Yes, on the Twitter. Let's see. If you were casted in a movie, would you rather be the protagonist or the antagonist? By the way, I'm Mighty here since 2015, #Day6, and I'm a new fan of AleXa. Thank you. I am so proud of you. Y'all doing great. Love you. Thank you very much. Yes, so if you're casted in a movie, would you rather be the protagonist or the antagonist? Well, I mean, it's a movie, it's acting, but personally, because before I debuted, we filmed like a pre-debut like teaser, and when my staff released it, one of my staff members said, "Oh, you look like a Disney villain." So I don't know. They keep telling me every time we do like heavy makeup on me, I kind of have like Disney villain face. That's not a bad thing.
I
though,
don't know,
like,
but your vibe though is pretty antagonist to me. Not me thinking my thoughts out loud. But anyway, no. Your whole vibe to me is protagonist.
True.
It's very like wide-eyed, like let's do it type thing.
Thanks. I'm the main character.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if it was in a movie though, and you're playing a role that you just wanted to be, I think I'd honestly choose antagonist.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun to just, not keep my energy up for the whole time and just let the negativity come out through acting, I guess. Well, no, because I think, everybody's got negative thoughts and you can't always release those things in a like a healthy way. But acting, that's a good method for some. So for me, I think it would be nice to get all the negativity out through acting maybe. So antagonist, yeah.
I don't want to be your movie. Period.
Not my movie, but
and whoever has this question, I don't want to be in your movie.
Diane will be the person that makes a snack table.
A craft. That's called crafty, okay?
Crafting.
Yeah.
Make a charcuterie
I'm into
board.
that. Charcuterie. You like a charcuterie? Is that how you say it? Is that
charcuterie?
French? No.
No. No. No.
I don't want to be in this movie.
I happen to be
I'm crafty. Yeah.
Okay, you are gonna be the crafter. You're gonna make all the nice food table for.
Oh my god! One time I was on set as a PA, and one of the grips, he came to the crafts table and he was like, "What crazy person just took all the M&Ms out of the trail mix bag?" And me tucking away my plate of M&Ms that I picked out of the trail mix bag. I was like, not I. Who would do that?
Not me.
Not I.
Not me. You really took all the M&Ms out of a trail mix bag.
I literally went 1, a 2, a 3. Oh, they called cut. Did they need me for something? A 4. So, I wasn't invited back to that set.
Well done on that. Takes
Thank
some
you.
dedication. Oh man. Okay. Second and final question. This comes from Sohyun on, I believe, Discord, maybe?
Okay.
Is it better to love yourself or know yourself? Ooh.
Oh, do you know Henry James? Is it Henry James? That was like romanticism literature, English literature. Do you know what I'm talking about? Henry James?
Maybe.
Henry James, with that whole era of like romanticism genre and English literature, I think it was a lot of like, what is it? The like protagonist was like known for being very like whimsical and very floaty and flighty, and they were hard to like nail down like what they like wanted and stuff like that. And so I think like I remember talking about how it was like, oh, the author, I don't know if it was Henry James, if someone like it, it was like he has trouble getting to relationships because he has a hard time like finding like love because he doesn't know himself yet type thing. So he keeps going with women or people who like don't fit him. Right. But he doesn't know what fits. Right. So that was like, you can't love yourself until you know yourself type thing. So maybe you're listing out steps, not either or.
I agree though. 'Cause, I mean, I feel like when you know yourself, that's how you can learn to love yourself. And whether or not you do love yourself, when you know yourself, You know what kind of people to surround you with, and through those people, you can learn to love yourself. That's something I've learned in life. So, I mean, yeah, I think knowing yourself first is important. You gotta know where you stand as a human being, like where your soul like aligns. Your soul is what makes you human. So it's just like, yeah,
Okay, AleXa concepts.
that's
Okay,
my
what
take
makes
on
us
that.
human?
That's what makes us a human.
What is that a song? You know when the killers asked us if we were human or if we were a dancer, and AleXa said yes.
Christina Perry, because I'm only human. I believe when I fall down, I'm only human.
Okay, dance.
The crowd should not break down right now.
Oh, contemporary.
You did not just see that at all. And so with that brings us to the end of today's segment. Remember, you can always send us your questions at #HDIGH to let us know what you think the next big topic should be for our next episode for the podcast. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram and Twitter, which is at The Dive Studios. Our YouTube channel is youtube.com/Dive Studios, or for the full episodes, it is youtube.com/DivePods. We also have TikTok, which is at The Dive Studios. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. See you guys on the next one. Bye.
Goodbye.
Ladies and gentlemen, did you enjoy that episode?
If you did, you can always listen to the full episodes on Spotify or Apple Podcasts.
And also, do not forget to subscribe and follow this channel. Also, turn on notifications.